Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to Azam Umar Show. My name is Abdulazim Umar. I'm from Sudan, but I live in Saudi Arabia. Today we have a special guest. He's an amazing person. He a lovely for all the people around the world. Uh, he's Mr. Abbas Gambar. He's from Pakistan. He was born on Qatar, and he studied and worked in England, but now he is still working in his country, Pakistan. Let me request him to introduce himself. Hi, Mr. Abbas. How are you?
Alhamdulillah wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm very fine and I'm really happy to be on your show, Azama Umar.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming. I'm really so happy. Thank you for giving me this important opportunity to come to my show. So please, Abbas, can you introduce yourself for the audience who you are?
Yes, sure, why not? It will be an honor for me. I'm Abbas Kambar and I'm from Pakistan and I was born in Qatar. I've did my schooling from Pakistan Education Center in Qatar. Then I went to do Hajj from Qatar because in our family my grandfather also did Hajj when he was young. My father also did Hajj when he was young, and I am also did Hajj when I was young. So it's about 1996 when I completed my matriculation from Pakistan Education Center in Qatar. I went for Hajj because I was also working part time there in Qatar under my father's sponsorship. So my father never used to take money from me. He used to give me money, more money from his earnings, and he used to say, "What you are earning part time, you keep it yourself." So from that money which I earned part time, I did Hajj, and after coming back from Hajj from Saudi Arabia, coming back to Qatar, I went to Karachi, to my city, to my motherland, Karachi, Pakistan. I did admission in for intermediate of for commerce, because in Qatar at that time we didn't have commerce subject in Pakistani school at that time. Now we have so many, but I'm talking about 1996. So I wanted to do commerce, so I came to Karachi to take admission. I went back after the admission in National College Karachi. I took admission and um, I came back to Qatar. I studied privately. Not only me, my friends were also there with me who did the same. We were from Qatar. We took admission in National College Karachi. We went back to Qatar and we studied there. And just before exams, we came back and we gave our exams, and then we went back to Qatar. Now I wanted to go to UK. My uncle, he's like my father, my chacha, he's like my father. He is in UK since long time. So I wanted to go to UK because when I was in Qatar, I was following Rehan Allahwala. So he used to talk about entrepreneurship and all these things. So, and he used to also talk about exploring yourself. So at that time, entrepreneurship was not getting into my mind, but exploring myself was getting inside my head. What he was saying about it. So that's why when I heard him, to get exposure, to explore. So that's why I made a plan to go to my uncle, to live with him, and to study there. So there was a test in British Council in Qatar for the foreigners, for the children and the relative and the family members and relatives of the expats. That if you pass that easy test, you can get admission in UK college and universities of UK. So luckily, like some other people, I also passed the scholarship test from the British Council and I got admission in College of Northwest London in Wembley area. And my uncle was living in the Cricklewood Neasden, in the cusp, in the middle of the Cricklewood and Neasden. So his street was used to be called Cricklewood Neasden Street. Uh, because as it was in the cusp. So I was living there. From there, I used to travel every day from Cricklewood, Neasden to Wembley to attend my college, and I was also working part time in the college. After my finishing my studies, I was working as a librarian in the from evening to night. From morning to evening, I was studying there, and from evening to night, I was working there. It was a very beautiful experience. Different types of people, different cultures, different religions, and different languages, locals of England and foreigners of other countries, Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, uh, Israel, everywhere, Saudi, Iran, everywhere. So it was good, and I had a very good experience. And after completing my diploma in business technology in College of Northwest London, I went back to Qatar, and I applied for my bachelor's in Pakistan. They said again you have to come here and take the admission same like you did in your intermediate. So we came back. The friends in my circle, we made a plan to come to Pakistan and do take admission in Government Premier College, which is affiliated with University of Karachi. We took admission in BCom, Bachelor of Commerce, uh, and same like that. We went back to Qatar. We studied, and just before exams, we came here, and like that we did. So it was a good experience, good journey. Then I joined some companies one by one under my father's sponsorship. It's going to be very long in Qatar if I talk about it. But I will tell you the main stuff that uh, uh, um, the first company which I worked under the company's sponsorship was Habib Qatar International Exchange in Qatar. I didn't work there under my father's sponsorship, so under the company's sponsorship, and after that I worked there for 4 to 4.5 years. Then I applied all the banks in Qatar. Then I got reply from so many banks, and I got interviewed by 5 to 6 banks, and luckily Commercial Bank of Qatar was very fast in processing the interviews and outcome. So I joined Commercial Bank of Qatar, and I worked there for 10 years. A tenure I did, and then um, uh, while working in exchange, I was listening very seriously to Rehan Alawala. Bhai, I was there in Qatar, back in Qatar. So he was talking about entrepreneurship. So it got into my mind, it stuck into my mind. Before listening to him, before hearing him, I was not interested in entrepreneurship. Although my grandfather was an entrepreneur, he went to Qatar for the first time. My father was an entrepreneur as well, and for to collect funds for his entrepreneurship and businesses, he used to do jobs in Qatar back in old days, and uh, and my uncle who's in UK, he's an entrepreneur as well. But I was a little bit uh, uh, thinking differently. I wanted to do jobs in good companies, exchanges, banks, and all that. But after listening to Mr. Rehan Allahwala, I got interested in my entrepreneurship. So my family was also very happy. My grandfather, my father, my uncle, they said, what we were saying to you, you never listened to us. Now suddenly you want to be an entrepreneur. They were really happy. So very uniquely, Mr. Rehan Ahmed Allahwala used to explain. I've been following him since I always forget the year, and sometimes I fumble, so I say the wrong year. But what I remember, I've been following him since 97, 96, like that. But in the flow, sometimes I say the wrong year, so it doesn't matter. But the thing is, what he says, that is more important. I really got inspired by his style, the way very politely he used to talk about. He used to teach the stuff. He used to uh, ingrain the concept of entrepreneurship in our minds, slowly. I really used to love that motivation from his side, virtually. Um, slowly I got interested into entrepreneurship. So while working in exchange, I started a part-time business for the sake of entrepreneurship. I used to um, bring stuff from Pakistan, small stuff, and used to sell there. Then and first thing what I did before starting the entrepreneurship, I created the Facebook account for the first time back in those old days, because Rihan Ahmedullah Wallabhai was used to say that you should go on Facebook, 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 Facebook. So Facebook gave me a lot of customers, a lot of customers. Mostly all the customers I got from Facebook, because it used to save my time, because in the morning I was on job, and the evening and afternoon, evening and night I was free in Qatar. So it was a golden time. So I used to do the businesses in the spare free time when I was there. And he was saying all the time about entrepreneurship and all that. So I used to follow him, his techniques, his strategies, and that's how I got into entrepreneurship. Then I quit those small goods. Then I upgraded myself to more better goods and more expensive products, depending on the demand of the niche. That's how I got into the entrepreneurship, and I continued that.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. That is very awesome. Thank you so much for sharing everything about you from your phone to now, inshallah. That is so great. So Abbas, now you are born. You was born in Qatar, and after that moved to study in England. Could you tell us a little bit about the experience when I was in Qatar, suddenly moved to London? So I think I hope you will come back. Okay, you will come
Sorry,
back.
sorry, sorry. Yeah,
Well,
I'm
okay,
back. I'm back. I
okay. No,
apologize
no.
for that. Yeah, I heard your question, Azama. It's a beautiful question. That how I went to UK from Qatar, right?
Yeah,
Actually, when I was in Qatar, there was a scheme in British Council that whoever passes the test will get the scholarship free of cost, no cost for the tuition fees inside UK, no semester fees. It's, it will be free of cost. So it was, the test was very easy, and it was especially for the expats, like the people who work in Qatar, in any company, their children or their brothers or their sisters, their dependents can go to UK without paying any money to the college or university in UK. British Council will support them. It was a good effort by British Council to spread awareness in education and knowledge. And so I also gave the same test, and it got cleared and I got passed, and they told us to select the colleges, because I was at the college level. So I selected the College of Northwest London and two three other colleges. So the reply we got was from College of Northwest London, and the branch also we had to select when we got the reply from the college. So I selected Wembley branch, because some of my friends were living in Wembley when I was in Qatar. Because I've been to UK previously as well on visit before going for studies. I've been to UK with my grandparents once, once when I was 12 years or 13 years old. Me, my grandfather, my grandmother, my mom, my dad, my sister, who is 6 years smaller than me. She was very very small. She was a little doll at that time. We all together, my father made a plan to take all of us to UK and see the Madame Tussauds and Liverpool Beach and Blackpool and all that stuff. So because he already had been to UK due to his professional issues, so he really liked it. See, he wanted us to visit the UK as well. So for the first time, and my uncle was already there, so we didn't have to pay for the home living and rent and food. It was free from my uncle, who's the brother of my father, and he's also like my father. I respect him, love him like my father. So then again, I went just with my grandmother, me and my grandmother. For the second time, when I went to UK on visit, I went with my grandmother. Me and my grandmother went alone to visit my uncle. So it was also fun. Then also third time I went alone on visit. And when third time I went alone on visit, what my uncle did, I was in school in those days, it was my summer vacations. So what my uncle did, in England it was not summer vacations, so my uncle got me admitted in Queensbury school. At that time he was living in different area in England, not in Cricklewood, Neasden. It was long time back. So I didn't even know before arriving to UK for the third time on visit. He got, when I was in school in Qatar, he got me admitted already in Queensbury school in England. And I said, I didn't come here to study. I came here to for my vacations for 2 months. So he said, no, you should experience it, and it was a good experience. It was very boring at that time, and in UK, when I was in Queensbury for 2 months in my summer vacations from Pakistani school in Qatar. But had the British school experience at that time. It was good. It was very hard for me to understand the British accent, and still it is. It's very tough for me to understand the pure British accent because I possess Pakistani accent, which they call, it's a book accent for English. And then finally, when I went to UK after my after my this intermediate, I went to UK for this one, the business technology diploma. So
Yeah.
that's how I experienced the life of UK on different in different eras, in different times. And it was whenever I went there, it was a different place, because time was already changed when I went there as compared to the previous times. So it was a good experience, uh, and I really liked it. Yeah, I got the exposure. I got the good exposure from England as well. Yeah.
Wow, that is so great. Thank you so much. So, Abbas, you will study at England, and you can look at for education in England, and now you are living in Pakistan. Could you tell us a little bit about education, about different education between England and Pakistan? What is better, and how can it change to the better?
Yeah, it's a good question. It is very different. It is very different, Zama, and the style of education is obviously very much better in UK as compared to Pakistan, and as compare because and in Pakistani schools in Qatar. Although right now in Qatar there are so many universities, so many schools, so many colleges, because it's 2020. I'm talking about back in 1996 and onwards. But the educational syllabus, I prefer our is better. Pakistani educational syllabus curriculum is better, but British style of way of educating is better. I prefer our syllabus, Pakistani syllabus, and I prefer their style, British style. If they both combine, the British style of studying and the curriculum of Pakistan combines, then it's going to be a nice combination, because our syllabus is more tough. When I went to UK, I was thinking it was going to be tough, but it was so easy. Their studies are so easy as compared to ours in Pakistan, or in Pakistani schools in Qatar, or Pakistani colleges in Qatar, that it was very easy for me in UK to cope in the studies. uh, that is the main difference between the studies of Pakistan, Pakistani schools, colleges, and British school colleges. But one interesting thing I want to tell you: when I went for the studies in College of North West London, I got introduced to different people. Azama, there was my Jewish friends as well, and
Yeah.
they used to tell me that we have come to UK to save ourselves. I said, why? He said, because our relatives and friends and our families were in Israel, they used to take out a rally to support Palestine. I said, wow, I didn't know that Jews people also care about Palestine. They said, yeah, we do. There are different mindsets. All Jews are not same, all Muslims are not same, or Hindus are not same, all Christians are not same. He told me. I said, okay, I didn't know that. So it was a good experience, a good exposure, and change of mindset. Because I went there for studies, I had a lot of more better experiences aside from education. The more expensive things that I got from UK, that how people think, how people, what are their visions, what are their cultures, that like Jews, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, different types of people.
Wow, that is so good. Thank you so much for sharing these important things you can talking about that. Abbas, mashallah, now you have a lot of friends around of the world. And how can find yourself after when you make a lot of friends around the world? How do you feel now?
Yeah, I feel different. I feel more happy. I feel more relieved because before, I used to hear so many negative things about people around the world, and I used to be a little bit biased as well, and I used to be more political, and more one-sided guy. But now I know that all five fingers are not equal. All are different people. All are unique, and as our last prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad ya Muhammad wa ali Ibrahim, he says that everyone is unique, everyone is different, nobody's like one another. And at the same time everyone is equal in the eyes of Almighty Source, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I really believe now in that. Earlier days I used to listen to this hadith, but I never understood it. But by going to UK and living practical life in Qatar as well, because Qatar also possess so many different nationalities, but you get more exposure in Western countries. Obviously, you get to know them more better. I mean, now I really believe in that hadith, that everybody is different, but at the same time everybody is equal in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and everybody is different at the same time simultaneously, because everybody have different mindsets, everybody have different eye retina, everybody have different thumbprint.
Wow, that is so wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Could you tell us a little bit, before your mention to Mr. Rahimahullah and he inspire you to doing good things? Could you tell us a little bit about him? And I want to my friends, they know him and they know follow him.
Yeah, there are lots of things, and lots of people
Mm.
will tell you about it, and we have heard from lots and lots of people about him.
Yes.
Either they are in, everybody talks about him. Everybody talks about Rehan Ahmed Allawalabai. People in America, people in Brazil, people in India, people in Pakistan, people in Saudi, people like that. But the thing is, what I want to share, the main things, that first of all I got into entrepreneurship because of him, because I used to listen to him. He used to say entrepreneurship, 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 and he used to give lectures on entrepreneurship, and he made it everything so easy. So it was very easy to follow him.
Yes, I think there is some problem with him. I hope his issue his network and he come back again. Thank you so much for him. He was sharing, he was sharing a beautiful things about his life and he talked about his friends around the world. And he's still talking about Mr. Rahimullah, and thank you so much for him giving telling us more things about that. And thank you for everyone who watched our video. Wah, please come back. Wah. Alhamdulillah.
Sorry, bro.
Oh,
Actually,
thank you.
what happened? The electricity came, uh,
Okay, no problem.
because of the conversion. Automatically, for some seconds, it went down. So I'm sorry. When the electricity comes, the battery goes off. So it takes little some 1 minute time or under 1 minute time to come back. Sorry for that. It's not my fault, anyways. But what can we do? So yeah, what I was saying, that so I came into entrepreneurship because of him. I got hypnotized by his style, by his sweetness, by his spirituality, I believe, because what he says goes directly into the hearts and minds of the people.
Yeah.
And I believe he has a pure heart. And I got my first account back in 96, 97 because of him, Facebook account. And then, but I never used to come live on camera because I was not interested in it. So I had wanted to come, but I never had the time and never had in those days, starting from 96, 97. So but when I came to Pakistan, to um, uh, uh, I was also following I was following him here as well. So I was watching one program, work from home. So I used to watch his all programs from his platform. I don't care which type of program, because it gives me ideas, creativity, and so many good things to do, because so many products I've hunted because of him when I was in Qatar. So many businesses I've done, and already got exit from those businesses because of Rihanna Lawalabai, because he gives the accurate information. It's our choice. Shall we pick it or not? So many things are there. It's so much varieties there on his platform. So Azama, I saw when I was in Pakistan. Currently also I'm in Pakistan. I was watching his program in, I believe, in April or March or April, if I am right. I was watching his program Work from Home on the page of Rihanna Lawala. So there was one guy on Haidar. He was doing such a beautiful program. He was sharing the stream and welcoming everybody around the world to join him and talk about how to work from home and learn from him as well, and give him the experience as well about other people and other cultures. Uh, so I was watching him, but I never had the courage to go on camera. But the same strategy of Rihanna Lawalabai worked. That he used to hypnotize. He used to say, "Come live, come live. It doesn't matter. It's piece of cake." You know. So I'm not saying the correct words, but I'm saying what I understood by him. So it's a piece of cake. Just come once. You'll like it. That's why what I heard, what I understood. I'm not saying these words he used, but my ear heard these words. So my mind understood these things. So I was watching him every day. Then I was backing off from the camera. I was watching it. I will go today. I will go today. I will. So one day I went. I said, "We'll see what happens." That day was the breaking point for me to come live. If I couldn't go that day, I wouldn't be here with you right now. I wouldn't be sharing my experiences. I wouldn't be sharing my talks with you. I wouldn't be having conversation with such a beautiful, sweet, decent person, Azama Omar, right now. Mr. Mansoor Bhai, Mansoor Ali Bazdar Bhai. Mansoor Bhai, everybody is like that. Everybody is scared. This is in our blood. In Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lankan culture, we are scared to come live. So, as your brother, as I would request you, I would suggest you, please come live once. What will happen? You're not a bad person. Everybody's coming live, and you're a good person. You seem to be a good person. Once you will face the camera, then next time it will be so easy. Still, I have pressure. I have pressure. It's going live. There is a red spot written live. I'm also under pressure, a little bit pressure, but slowly the pressure goes, because we are not used to it. Slowly we'll get used to it. So Mansoor bhai, it's a request from me and from Azama that please come live sometime.
Yes, thank you so much, Abbas, for sharing wonderful words that is happened in your life, and thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for everyone who watch us. Really, really, I am so happy with you. And yes, Mr. Mansour, please try come to life with any person if you want to. I think it is very simple. All of them, we are shy from the camera. We were so scared from something about that talking with the people around the world. But please, please try to come with the some of them. Just you can try. Talk with Messenger, WhatsApp. After that, you can go live. Some of people they can watch you live. Okay, thank you so much, Abbas. Thank you for your
Thank you,
time.
Azama. Thank you, Azama Umar, for inviting me. Everybody loves to be with in your show. You're such a sweet, decent person, and keep it up. May Allah Subhanahu wa Taala give you more success. And you've already interviewed so many big people. I don't even deserve to be here with you, but as I'm your friend, so I can take the leverage and liberty. And Assalamu alaikum, Jazakallah khair.
Wa alaikum assalam. Jazakallah khair. Bye bye.